Week 4. There's so much money to be made. There's so much money to be made. I can smell it. It smells like chicken. Free chicken.
I didn't know where you were going with that at first, but I like it because there is money to be made. This is a good board this week.
I'm in love with the board. I'm in love. I took a peek yesterday, and when I started putting these picks in, I said we are all gonna make a lot of money this weekend.
As soon as I saw that we're playing a game in London this week, I knew I had money to make. So
let's go ahead. Let's start making that cheddar.
Featuring Patrick and Stex Gray, Simon Free Chicken Brishkovich. Welcome to Hops and Props.
All right, we gotta start it off with the gravy. It's breakfast. It's early. Yeah. We record Saturday morning. We need to start with the gravy.
Last week was tough. Went one for 2 on the gravy.
We have the last 2 weeks. We've each lost one. Fair. The last 2 weeks.
Fair.
Now it's time that we're coming together.
All right, we're coming back. Together. We're coming back. All right. Start me with your pick, and I'll tell you where
I love this
from.
pick, so you should take this, and you should take it in the gravy parlay. The gravy parlay this week is plus 257.
I love it.
You're gonna take Khalil Herbert. Who? Khalil Herbert. Who? Khalil Herbert over 73.5 rushing yards. This is why. He had 157 last week.
Yep.
Before he became the starter, David Montgomery was the starter for the Bears. He had 122 the week before. And when the teams are playing the Giants, who the Bears are playing this week, Christian McCaffrey rushed for 102. Tony Pollard rushed for 105. Derrick Henry rushed for 82. All those are above that 73.5 line. The line dropped, and I love it even more. 73.5 rush yards, that's great.
I like that. It was very disappointing for me to watch because if you watched last week, I was big on David Montgomery. Goes down in the second play. Khalil Herbert comes in, kills it. But I do like that. I'm going to parlay that with the Vikings minus 3.5. In London against the Saints.
In London town.
In London, the Saints have not looked very good so far. That's one. Andy Dalton is starting this week, and I prefer you play a quarterback who's not getting his first start of the year. And the Vikings are actually a pretty decent team. I like them on defense and offense. And if this helps you any more with this pick, the last time Kirk Cousins played in London, game of his life, 468 passing yards. Unbelievable. Take the Vikings, minus 3.5. The points, I'm taking all of it.
The less people are watching, the better Kirk Cousins plays.
Kirk Cousins cannot play in prime time, so the less people watch, the better Kirk Cousins is. I think I like the Vikings to win this one.
Gravy parlay, plus 257.
That's good.
Just go ahead, put it in now. Enjoy the winnings. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Now we've got to pay for the show, so let's hear from our sponsors.
Thank you.
How come every time you come around on London Bridge, wanna go down like London? Wanna go down like London? Fergalicious London Bridge.
Vikings minus 3.5. All things that just work.
All right, time to get into the picks. I've got some great picks, so I'm going to start off. Calm your Jets. Even if you're playing against who cares who the Jets play this week? No one is watching that game. Although I do have money on it. I do have money on it, so I'll go ahead and start with that. George Pickens is playing against the Jets. George Pickens, who? The rookie from Georgia. Rookies are on there. This is when they start to break out. George Pickens had an amazing catch, went viral on the internet. He had a crazy pick snack. His line is at 27.5 receiving yards. I love that over. He's on the climb. He had 39 last week. They're playing against the Jets. They're going to be able to score. I love George Pickens playing for the Steelers right now. I think he becomes option 2 for them behind Deontay Johnson. I think by next season, he's option numero uno. Love George Pickens over 27.5 receiving yards.
That's a very low line, and I think I'll take that with you. All right, back to the U.S. I'm taking my favorite receiver right now on the Ravens, Rashad Bateman, over 45.5. He has hit the over on this line 3 out of 3 games so far this season. Lamar Jackson is in MVP form right now, having the craziest games of his life. And you would have to bet against Lamar Jackson and Rashad Bateman to have a serious decline if Rashad is going to hit under 45.5. So I'm taking the over. They're playing the Bills, which is a good defense, but that secondary is beat up right now. Micah Hyde is out for season. I really like Rashad.
Love that pick as well. I'm going to get into another player prop. I might as well. Jamal Williams this week. No DeAndre Swift for the Lions.
Yeah.
No Amon St. Brown. They're really going to rely on Jamal Williams. They're playing against a not very good Seahawks team. Not very good as generous to the Seahawks. Jamal Williams, I think, has a nice game. He's going to have to do a lot for them, and I think he's capable of it. So I'm taking both these picks. I'll give them both to you. I'll put 6 picks on my card. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of any ghost. Jamal Williams over 63.5 rush yards. Jamal Williams over 16.5 receiving yards. Choose them both. Parlay them. Whatever you want to do, I think they're both going to hit. They're both juicy. Jamal Williams is going to have a breakout game.
Did you just give out a dual pick?
Yeah.
That's pretty insane.
I'm not afraid of
But
no
I'm
ghosts.
riding.
I'm not afraid of no ghosts.
He's not afraid of ghosts. All right, my next pick. This man is very small, but he's not a ghost.
A wee little lad.
He's a wee little lad.
A wee
Naim
little lad
Heinz,
was he.
the backup running back for the Indianapolis Colts, is a pass catching specialist. So far this year, he has 6, 5, and 6. And his line is set at 3.5 at plus money for the over at plus 115. You got to be kidding me. They're just begging me to take their money away. Take Naim Heinz over 3.5 receptions plus 115. He's done it all year, and I like him to do it again.
I will say that this is the most disgusting episode of Hops and Props to date. The amount of backup running backs and third-tier receivers, and I'm about to take an under.
We've
This
done
is
George Pickens and Naim
we are
Heinz
yet
so
to
far.
we are yet to put a player that is a legitimate starter in any of our picks.
Yeah.
That is what you're getting. These are winners, though. Big
Kinda
trust.
is, yeah.
I'm going to take another gross one. It's
Who is
the
this?
under. The nice thing is you don't have to wake up for it. I'm taking the Saints-Vikings under 41. Saints-Vikings under 41. I don't think the Saints are going to be able to score very much. Anytime you're in
agree.
London, the under has hit 8 of the last 12 games. The Saints under, I believe, has hit 8 of the last 9, 8 of them being below 36 points. So the Saints games just aren't getting to 40 points, let alone on the English soil. I'm taking the Saints-Vikings. They call it the London under. It's hit 8 of the last 12 times. You got to ride. Minus 105. I like that at 41.
I kind of am liking the Lunder pick right now.
The Lunder.
Just because I like the Vikings, and I think the Saints won't score that much. All right.
And Lunder is fun to say.
Lunder is fun to say. Moving on to another disgusting pick. I'm going undrafted free agents who are playing on their team right now. Noah Brown. Noah Brown on the Dallas Cowboys. And I understand. This is pretty ugly. Noah Brown, undrafted free agent who has been starting for them for 3 weeks because they have no one else, has actually hit the over on his line of 46.5 3 out of 3 games now. He has gone for 60, 90, and 55. And his line is set at 46.5 right now for this week against the Commanders, who have a disgustingly bad secondary right now. I think he gets us again. He is still super involved in the offense, averaging 9 targets a game with 5 catches a game. Just that volume is so insane for him to be at 46.5. You got to take the over there.
Yeah, I'll ride there. And this next pick for me, it's not as ugly. It's simple, it's easy, it's positive odds. You're taking the Titans money line against the Colts at plus 155. The Titans won their conference last year, and they lost one key play. They lost A.J. Brown. And I know that's had a huge impact. They still have Derrick Henry. They still are one of the best coached teams in the NFL. Tannehill is not that bad. People try to bash on Tannehill constantly. He is not that bad. He gets the job done, especially when you're playing against the Colts. The Colts look so bad in weeks 1 and 2. We can't forgive them because of the one upset win against the Chiefs. I get it. The Chiefs are good. Colts beat Chiefs. Colts must be good. That is not true logic. Watching the Colts play, I don't think they have much talent. I think they're going to struggle. I love the Titans money line this week. I think the Titans are just a way better team.
You know, I feel iffy about this one. It's really hard to say. It is a divisional matchup, though. It's probably the top 2 teams in their division. It could really go either way.
God, that division sucks.
It's really bad. Except the Jags, which are 2-1.
The Jags are the best team in that division right now.
They could be.
God,
they
that's
could
disgusting.
Who would have thought? All right, last pick of the day. I already had the Rashad Bateman pick, and I told you about it. Why? Because Lamar Jackson is in MVP form. The secondary for the Bills is beat up. Ravens-Bills over 51 points. 1, the Ravens have one of the worst secondaries in the league right now. 2, the Bills have one of the best, but they have lost 2 out of 4 at the moment. So you got 2 backups in there. With playing against an MVP caliber type player, I think mistakes are bound to happen. 51 points, I like the over.
Why would you not take this pick? This is a fun game to watch and
Let
to
me tell
root
you
for
why.
the other.
Let me tell you why. You're an idiot. How about that?
True.
You ever think about that?
That's how I feel about a lot of these picks. If you're not riding on these, you might be the village idiot. It's just what I would say. It's what I would say. Great show this week. Make sure like, comment, subscribe. 100 subscriber goal. Help get us there.
I think we can. I think we still can get this. You know.
Tell your mother. Tell your friends. Let them know.
Tell your fathers.
Hey, we're the ones getting you paid. We're the ones getting you paid.
It kind of, yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Picks. All right. We'll see you next week then.
Peace.